But I'd like to say, first of all, you guys could have been anywhere, whether it's morning, evening, or nighttime where you are, and you've decided to spend the next 90 minutes with me. So I am very, very grateful for that. And I'm assuming that every single one of you know about the law of attraction. You give me a yes in the chat if you know about the law of attraction. The reason why I've done this event around the law of attraction is because I don't want to sit here and try and convince people that the law of attraction is real, the laws of the universe are real. That's not my, target audience. What I specialize in is that people that know about this material, but they're not getting the results that they want. And the reason why I do that is because that was me for 8 years. I knew about my mentor, Bob, who I got trained by. I knew about Napoleon Hill, Neville Goddard, affirmations. And for some reason, I spent 6 years making £15,000 a year. And then my income really started to change. And I decided, you know what, I'm going to go and work with Bob. And I become top 1% of Bob Proctor's consultants globally. Give me a thumbs up in the chat if you actually know about my mentor, Bob Proctor. I'd love to know. See. Yeah, Belinda, you know him? Great. Beautiful. I love it. Also, guys, let me know in the chat. I'll just let Ardak in. Let me know in the chat. I mean, I've had people when I run these master classes, we see, Africa, South Africa, we see Dubai, America, a lot of people from Canada, Sweden, Belgium. Let me know in the chat where you're actually tuning in from. I'd love to know. Let me know. Whoa, Belinda's in Barbados. I love that. I love that. The Caribbean. My dad's side's actually from the Caribbean, and I've never been to Jamaica. So I'm gonna book a holiday to go in October. So I'm really looking forward to that. Uganda, Miami, oh Pierre's from Nigeria. I love it. Where else have we got? I love it. Yeah, Neville Goddard. He lived in Barbados until he was 17. Yeah, that's very true. Nigeria. I love it. Okay, so let's dive into this, right? I want to give you a bit of a background on me, right? Because as I said, I used to I used to do all the right things, guys. I used to have the strategy. I used to kind of sit at my laptop all day, sending 100 messages. I'm sure you guys know about lead generation, right? I used to have the systems. I had the CRM. I had my to-do list, as we all know. And I grew up in a background where it was very hustle. You've got to hustle, you've got to grind, you've got to sacrifice your happiness to become successful, right? And I was doing all the content. I was posting YouTube. I was posting events on Eventbrite. I was showing up every day. I even had funnels. But for some reason, I stayed stuck. So logically, I was ticking every box. Like on a logical level, I was ticking every box when it came to trying to make more money from my business, right? But unfortunately, the results just never matched my effort. And I'm talking for about 6 to 7 years. And then what I discovered, which what I found to be the truth, is it wasn't my actions that were off, because I've always been a massive action taker. What was off, it was the frequency that I was operating from. Okay. And we're really going to get into frequencies, vibrations, and helping you guys shift your energy so you can attract more clients, you can attract more business. Okay. So today, I'm running this masterclass live from Dubai. And to think that I can even, come to Dubai and pretty much do what I want. I booked the best suite in the Waldorf Astoria. It's an incredible suite. It's even got a bell. Like when the cleaners knock on, like usually in a normal hotel room, they knock on. No, like this suite is that big. You hear ding, and I'm like, oh my God, that's crazy, right? Because I want to eventually, my C type goal is to own a villa on the Palm in Dubai. And I'm just so grateful that out the window now, I'm literally looking at the Palm on Dubai, which is incredible. Okay. And guys, I'm always honest with you. I work about 2 to 3 hours a day. I travel the world. In the past 3 months, I've been to the Dominican Republic. I've been Monaco, Nice. I took my mum on a beautiful holiday to Barbados. I've been to Marbella for a meeting with my mentor. And now I'm in Dubai. I've been to France and I'm just constantly traveling. And for some reason, And that reason I'm going to share with you is don't use worry. I always attract money. Okay. Who can relate to thinking that you have to sit at your laptop to earn money? You have to be working to earn money. Give me a yes in the chat if you believe that. And the more vulnerable you can be with me and the more you can participate in the chat, then definitely the more you're going to get out of this, right? I really want this to be a partnership. Oh, Pierre, yes. Daniela, yeah, that was me. No, I can't spend time with my kids. No, I can't go on a date night. No, I can't go on holiday. I got to work. I've got to sacrifice. Okay. It's a big problem for most people. Okay. Now, the reason that I can travel and work very little is because my subconscious mind already believes that I'm the version of me who earns £100,000 a month. That's why. Now, let's really break that down, right? Because everyone kind of knows about the law of attraction. But what you might not know is that the law of attraction is a secondary law. The primary law is the law of vibration because it's the vibration that your body's in that is dictating what you attract. Now, the thing that's in control of your vibration is what? It's your subconscious mind. Okay. So you can work, Rachel, 12 to 14 hours a day. Okay. So you can work 12 to 14 hours a day. But if you are not on the vibration of the amount of money that you want, no matter how hard you work, you can't attract that. That's what the universal law says. So I'll give you an example. You've all got an email off me. Join this masterclass now. Here's the link. That link is a Zoom link, but what it really is it's a frequency. Now, if I were to give you the wrong Zoom link, it doesn't matter if you click that link a million times. It doesn't matter how hard you press your keyboard. You would not have been able to access this event because you are trying to access it through a different frequency. Okay. So it doesn't matter how hard we work. If we're tuned into FM radio, it's impossible to get AM music. So if you're making £3,000 a month and you're tuned into that frequency, it doesn't matter what industry, what marketing, how much money you spend on Facebook ads. If you are not on the same frequency as £10,000 a month, the universal law says that you can only attract what you're in harmony with. Like, this is very important that we all understand this. Okay. So this session isn't theory. What this session's really about is transformation. Because what I want to help you do is build a frequency that attracts instead of a business that drains you. Okay. Because I'm pretty sure we all got into business for what? Yes, we got in it for the money, but why do we want the money? Money is not the goal. It's what comes with the money. It's the time freedom. It's the location freedom. It's being able to work when you want. It's being able to spend more time with our family members. But unfortunately, too many people set out with that vision in mind, and then their business is running them instead of them running their business. Okay. So I'm really big on helping you attract more money without working as much. That's my main goal for you guys. Okay. Because understand this, you're not building a business. You're not. What you're really doing is you're building a frequency that attracts business. I'm not building a business. I'm just traveling the world, enjoying myself, having amazing experiences, and I've convinced my subconscious mind that I make 5 figures every single month. And people might ask me, Joel, how are you traveling to this place, to that place, and you're still making money? I said, it doesn't matter where I am. My vibration, my frequency always comes with me. And it's your subconscious mind that's controlling your results, okay? I'd also love to know what your guys' businesses are. Please let me know in the comments, in the chat, pardon me. I'd love to know. What industry are you guys in? Life insurance, beautiful. Beauty salon clinic. Elena, I'm sure I've seen you're from London, right? OPR, trading. Beautiful. So what I want you to understand is that, let's say with you, Eleanor, your money doesn't come from the beauty salon clinic. OPR, your money doesn't come from the crypto. Rachel, your money doesn't come from the life insurance. It comes through the beauty salon. It doesn't come from it, it comes through it. And where's it coming from? It's coming from an infinite source of supply. Now, some of us might call that infinite source of supply God. Some of us might call it the universe. Some of us might call it energy, spirit, angels. But it's all the same thing. It's that infinite source of supply that somehow created this universe and these universal laws. So we have to work in harmony with these laws. Like, it doesn't matter if you're a good person, a bad person, or a black person or a white person. If you go on top of a building and you jump off it, you're going down. It doesn't matter if you're good. It doesn't matter if you're bad. It doesn't matter if you're black. It doesn't matter if you're white. That's the law. And there was something bigger than us as human beings that created that law. So all we can do is surrender and work in harmony with that law. We all know about the law of gravity. Well, it's the same with the law of attraction. I tell people everything that has happened in your life you've attracted. And I'm telling you, it's not the easiest thing to accept. But when you accept it, you can start to change things. Now you might say, well, Joel, I've had family members that have passed away in car crashes. Me too. But I'm telling you right now, for some reason, they attracted that event. It doesn't mean that they was thinking about a car crash. What it means is that they was having thoughts that align them up to that frequency. That's the law. That's not me making it up. Okay. So I was mentored by Bob Proctor himself, and I became a licensed Proctor Gallagher consultant only 13 months ago. 13 months ago. Now, the reason why I run these masterclasses, the reason why I help people like you is because I knew about Bob for a very long time. And I was just watching him on YouTube. I was watching him. I was reading Think and Grow Rich. And for 6 years, nothing changed. Absolutely nothing changed. People, reached out, you're going to need a mentor. You're going to need to change your paradigm. I was like, no, don't worry about me. I've got the books. I know what I'm doing. I didn't know what I was doing because your results always tell you what you really on a subconscious level know. So I decided to reach out to Bob Proctor's team. And I had a call with a great guy called Cam. And he pretty much was blunt with me. He said, look, you're your only problem and you're your only solution. He said, it's as simple as that. He said, once you change you and you change your subconscious programming, you change your vibration, you're going to change what you attract. So I was broke. I was making £15,000 a year. I wanted to take my children Disneyland. I wanted to bring my children to Dubai. Couldn't do none of that. My ex-partner was paying the rent. Like, I was really in a down and out place. So he told me the price of the mentorship. I didn't have the money. And he turned around and said, well, you don't need the money till you make a decision. And I was like, what do you mean? Of course I need the money. He said, you don't. He said, once you make a decision, you find the resources, the people, and everything that you need every single time. So I was like, okay, I've made the decision. And within 24 hours, I managed to find a down payment and I joined the year-long coaching program. And within 5.5 months, I got kicked out of school at 13. I'd never set up a business before. I had no clue what I was doing. I was just doing what Bob was telling me to do and following this program. Within 5.5 months, I built an online fitness company that was making £18,000 a month. No ads, no team, just me. And I started doing all the things that I used to dream of. I got two children. My daughter, she's incredible. She's called Esme. She's 7. My little boy, Elijah, he's 3. I decided I'm going to take them to Dubai. And I took them to Dubai and I kind of sat down and thought, whoa, what has happened? A young boy from a council estate. I got sectioned. They had a cannabis-induced psychosis during COVID, and I had to spend 21 days in a mental institution. Like, how has this happened? And I knew it was through what Bob was teaching me, and I felt really drawn to teach this material. I thought I've got to go and help as many people as I can with this material. So I reached out to Bob's team and said, I want to keep studying it, but how do I help other people? So I spent quite a bit of time becoming a certified consultant, took my training, and now I've, within 13 months, I believe, coming up to 14, I've become top 1% of Bob Proctor's consultants. I'm in the circle of excellence. And I've helped many, many people work less and earn a lot more, and they love it. Rob, you're here, you're my client, you know what thinking into results is like, right? So the main thing for me is helping people get the time and the freedom back. I don't believe people get into business to grind, to grind, to grind. I just think it becomes habitual, and that's how they end up living, right? So that's what I found. The world teaches hustle. Okay. I'm just going to keep checking in every now and again that this is running smoothly because I'm on the Wi-Fi at this hotel. So just give me a thumbs up if this is actually running smoothly, just so I know. You guys hear me okay? Let me know in the chat. Nwakana, Nwakana, beautiful. Thank you so much. Okay, so what I found is that most people teach hustle, right? But the truth is, frequency, your vibration creates results faster than force ever could. Ever could. Like I turned my yearly income into a monthly income in 5.5 months. Like that's illogical. It doesn't make sense. Your conscious mind can't fathom that. Okay. But it doesn't take long to see results. Let's think of a television. If you're tuned into channel 3, it doesn't take a lot of time to tune into channel 10. All it takes is a switch of the frequency, and then boom, you've got a new picture. So if you're tuned in to channel £3,000 a month, no matter how hard you press the button, until you tune into a different frequency of 10,000, 20,000 a month, you're going to keep getting the same channel over and over again. And that's exactly what I'm here to show you how to do. Okay. And I just want to also say, I'm not anti strategy. I don't believe in sitting in bed all day visualizing and your business is just going to make millions of pounds, right? I'm not anti strategy. You do need structure in your business, but strategy is the vehicle, it's not the engine. Okay. So if your subconscious mind is out of alignment, all your strategy is going to do is probably going to backfire. It's probably going to burn you out, or it's going to attract inconsistent results because your subconscious mind controls 96% of your behavior. Go and do your research on it. 96% of your behavior is controlled by your paradigm, your subconscious mind. And the law of attraction isn't responding to your to-do list. Law of attraction doesn't give a shit about your to-do list. The law of attraction is responding to your dominant vibration. And let me know in the chat. I'd love to know like what income level are you currently stuck at right now? On a monthly basis, what income level are you stuck at? Let me know. Let me know. That way I'll be able to help you individually. Okay? Okay, 1,500, 200K. I did a few time 10K per month, but not consistently. Okay. Okay. So in terms of those numbers and the people that haven't put in the chat, I want you to ask yourself this, right? How long have you been stuck there despite all of your effort? 10,000 rupees. Practice. Over 1 million a year. Okay. Like how long have you been stuck at that income level despite all your effort, despite the strategies? Because you're programmed to earn what you're earning. That's why I love, Bob taught me always ask someone what they're earning. The results never lie. It always tells you what is going on in your subconscious mind. So Rachel said 5 years. Rachel, believe me, you are not alone. You go and ask the next 100 people what they earned last year, 50,000. What about the year before that? 48. What about the year before that? 52. It's always near enough the same. Like, the number that's in your bank account right now. you'll notice it never goes above a certain amount and it never goes below a certain amount. You're literally programmed to be earning what you're earning. Okay. Now, I'm pretty sure we're all here because we want more money. We want more freedom. We want better clients. Okay. We want all of these things, but you're not going to get what you consciously want. That's the truth. What you consciously want, you're not going to get. You're going to get what your subconscious mind is programmed to expect. And I love, I take people through the Thinking into Results program and lesson 6. I mean, Rob, you know this. It's the lesson that you're currently on. It's all about self-image. And we really dive into self-image because you can never outperform your self-image. So if your self-image is screaming, I'm not ready, I need more proof. Oh, who am I to, charge that much? Who am I to put my prices up? If your self-image, if your self-talk is saying that, then you're going to unconsciously push away the very success that you want. If your self-image doesn't change, your results are not going to change. Well, vision boards can help, but it's way deeper than vision boards. It's way deeper than vision boards, okay? You can't outperform the image that you hold of yourself. Like you guys, as soon as you see me and you come on this Zoom, you instantly know the image that I hold of myself. We can't hide it. We can't hide it. Like when you get on sales calls with your prospects, you can't hide whether you believe in yourself or not. It seeps out of your pores. They feel your vibration. Okay. And that's why strategy never sticks unless your subconscious mind agrees with it. All I literally do is do one YouTube video every day. That's all I do. I do one YouTube video a day. And when I feel like it, I run a masterclass like this when I really want to give. I'm always attracting clients. I mean, Rob, how many new clients have we got coming through? Because I'm magnetic to clients. I know how to alter my vibration and get clients to come to me. I literally made a YouTube video on it today. Stop chasing clients. When I first started, I used to chase people, chase people, chase people. Imagine you really liked a girl or you really liked a guy. And I see the lady on the street and I like her that much that I start running after her and chasing her. She's going to run away and call the cops, right? We don't chase clients. We change our subconscious programming so clients come to us. That's beautiful, okay? You can't outwork a limiting paradigm. What you've got to do is you've got to emotionally rewire it. And the way to change your paradigm, the only reliable way to change your paradigm is through the constant spaced repetition of new ideas. And that's over and over again combined with the help of an experienced mentor. That's the only way. Someone once asked Bob at a seminar, is it possible to change your paradigm on your own? And Bob thought about it for a minute. And he said, you know what? I don't believe in the word impossible, but for the 50 plus years that I've studied paradigms, I've never found anyone that's changed it on their own. I told you I was there watching YouTube. No, I know it. I've got the books. I've got Neville Goddard's books. I've got this. I've got my vision board. I'm saying my affirmations 100 times. I've got my goal card. I don't need help. Your results are going to tell you if you need help or not, right? Because manifestation isn't about what you want. It's about who you are. I get on calls with people sometimes. This is a very spiritual process for me. It's a very spiritual process. And I get on calls with some people and they'll say, I'm frustrated. I'm angry because the results are not coming. And I say, okay, well, you want the results to come. You want to make 10K plus a month, right? You want to attract clients with ease and speed. They're like, yeah. I'm like, okay, so you want more clients, you want more money, you want more time freedom, but you're not, the law of attraction decrees you don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. And what are you? You're frustrated, you're angry. So while you're on a frustrated and angry vibration, the law of attraction decrees that you can only attract to you angry and frustrated things whilst on that vibration. That's why I'm always calm, always happy, always smiling, always having fun. Because if I'm in a happy vibration, a good vibration, all I can attract to me is good things. Okay? And I'm really big on this book by Neville Goddard, The Power of Awareness. It's an incredible book. And the first chapter is all about I am. I am, because at the end of the day, we are spirit. We're spiritual beings having a physical experience. That's exactly what we are. And he talks about I am statements, and they're creative, right? And I'm not talking about what you say to me or what you say to your friends. I'm talking about what you say in your mental conversations that no one else hears. They're instructions to your subconscious mind. So if you're having mental conversations, I am overwhelmed, I am trying to make it work, I am struggling, I am frustrated, then you're instructing your mind to keep recreating that version of your life. If you was to have the thoughts that I have, you would have exactly what I've got. If I was to have the thoughts that you have, I would have exactly what you've got. You see, I might be mixed and you might be white or black, but we're all the same. The biggest part of us we're never going to see. This isn't me. This is just the house that I live in. So what are we? We are spirit. I am that I am. Now, anything that we put after I am immediately begins to manifest in our lives. And that's why I always say, look, forget the strategy, forget the marketing. Business is always energy first. The execution comes second. Your thoughts are the cause and your results are the effect. You've got poverty in your outside world. It's because you've got poverty within your inside world. That is why. You think prosperity, you can't help but attract prosperity. You think poverty, you can't help but attract poverty. Okay? So I want you to ask yourself this and write it down as well. What are you unconsciously affirming after I am? What is it that you're putting after I am in that inner speaking that no one else hears? And if you're confident enough and vulnerable enough to share it, please let me know. I am abundant. I am rich. I am a magnet to clients. I am always attracting great clients that make fast decisions. They pay in full and they always do the work and get great results. I am the best consultant that Bob Proctor's company has ever seen. This is my self-talk. That's just the conversations I'm having with myself, and that's what manifests. If I was walking around, I'm unlucky. I don't believe I can help people. I'm not confident enough. Then I would see that in my outside world. I just walk around saying, I am so opulent. I am an unlimited being. I'm receiving from an unlimited source, and I'm receiving in an unlimited way. And because I think opulence, I mean, you want to see the view that I'm looking at in Dubai right now. And it's so beautiful because I know I've manifested it. All of life is psychological. If you've been blaming your partner, your children, it's the clients that you're attracting, you're on the wrong track. You've got to start with you. All of your results are a direct reflection of what's going on inside of you. Until you change what's going on inside of you, I'm telling you right now, nothing's going to change. You've got to convince your subconscious mind that you already make 5 figures every single month. When your subconscious mind believes that you're making 5 figures every single month, you become a vibrational match for it. Then you can forget about hard work. You can forget about the strategy. You're going to attract the people, the ideas, the resources, everything that you need to manifest on a physical level what you already are on a spiritual level. As above, so below, as within, so without. Look on the outside world, it's going to tell you what's going on within. It's as simple as that. I am in an absolute opulent suite with an opulent view. That's my outside world. And that's because on the inside, all I affirm is opulence. All I think about is opulence. All I think about is love, gratitude, and abundance. And because that's all I think, that's all I attract. I'd love to know your income goals as well. Like, how much would you really love to make a month? Let me know in the chat, how much would you really love to make a month? $50K per month, 20, 30K per month. I love these. Okay. Well, look, I'm telling you, you can do it. Okay. But it's done for a process. $40,000 weekly. I love it. 100K per month. I love it. Right. So let's think about this. Rachel, your goal's 20, 30K a month. What would the 20, 30K a month version of you be thinking today? What would they be feeling today? What would they be doing today? How would they be turning up in their business today? How would they dress? How would they dress? Like, would they have their camera on right now, showing up as that version of them? Or would they have it turned off? My next goal is 100K a month. The most I've ever made in a month is 35K a month. I walk like I make 100K a month. I go to places that I would if I make 100K a month. I show up to you guys like I make 100K a month. I dress like I make 100. I smell like I make 100K a month. You've got to become that version of you right now. Otherwise, it's not going to manifest. Before I make any decision, what would the Joel McLeod that makes £100,000 a month do right now? You know, when I got to this hotel, they said, look, we've got the best suite in the hotel. You want it for this price? Before I answer, I'm like, what would the 100K version of Joel do right now? He'd stay in the suite. So how would that version of you show up? How would they think? How would they act? Who would they spend time with? Your environment is so important. Rob, that's why you're growing so much, because you're around my other clients and the environment's so important. We're all going somewhere. I don't spend time if you're losing in life, I don't spend time with no one that's losing. I don't even care if you're a family member. I don't read what losers read. I don't go where losers go. I don't do that stuff because I don't want to be a loser. And it's the sad truth, 97 out of every 100 people are losing. They're losing. They're surviving. When we're God's highest form of creation and abundance is our birthright. That's why I get so fired up about this stuff. Abundance is your birthright. And you was born rich. You might be a little short of money, but you was born rich. You are God's highest form of creation. And if you don't resonate with the word God, that's okay. Use the word universe, whatever you relate to. You are the highest form of creation. And do you know one of your thoughts reverberates the whole universe? You know, I look at these buildings, you got Atlantis the Royal, you've got Atlantis the Palm, you've got Burj Khalifa that way. Do you know all the lights that light up them buildings are not as powerful as your thought? One thought. If you knew how powerful you were, you would never think a negative thought ever again. Ever again. And this is why thoughts become things. Sometimes we look at an aeroplane and think, wow, that's amazing. Not understanding that it was one person's thought that created that aeroplane. How incredible is that? So beautiful. Okay. So let's talk a bit more about money, right? Your bank account, Your bank account is not a reflection of your marketing. And I used to think this, go on Canva, spend 5 hours on Canva, make everything look pretty. Your bank account's not a reflection of your marketing or however much you spend on advertisements. Your bank account is a mirror of your self-image. It's as simple as that. Like if you deep down on a subconscious level see yourself as a 3 to 5 thousand pound a month entrepreneur, your subconscious mind's going to filter your actions to maintain that status quo. It's like a thermostat. You literally have a financial thermostat in your mind. And when you do a bit better, it'll find ways to sabotage and come back. So if we don't change that thermostat, then nothing's going to change. And if you really want to scale fast, if you want to take a massive quantum leap, then you need a self-image that outpaces your current results. Remember that your subconscious mind doesn't give a shit about what you want. It's giving you what you believe you are. This is why I look after myself so well. Every 3 days I get a haircut. I buy myself Hugo Boss suits. I just bought some beautiful, I don't know where they are, bought some Cartier glasses. I'm obsessed with them. I dropped them the other day. I was like, shit, right? But the world's never going to treat you better than you treat yourself. And too many entrepreneurs are sacrificing themselves. I treat myself incredibly well. And because I treat myself incredibly well, the world treats me incredibly well. Because I respect myself, other people have the most utmost respect for me. The world's never going to treat you better than you treat yourself. So how are you treating yourself? How could you incorporate that into your life? Could you go for more massages? Could you go and buy yourself some new clothes? Could you go to the gym, go for a run? Could you eat some healthy food? What can you do to love yourself more? Because it's not about hustling harder. The better you feel about yourself, the better you attract. It's as simple as that. Like I wake up in the morning, I got this off Bob, and I kiss myself. I'm like, I love you so much. I do face masks. Honestly, I pamper myself. And I got all of this off Bob. If you know Bob, you know how he dressed and how he looked after himself. The whole job is so you feel good. Okay? You've really got to step into the version of you who already makes that 30K a month, who already makes that 50K a month, who already makes that 100K a month. And that's where embodiment comes in. And this is where I love Neville's work, because it's all about you. You don't think towards your goal. You've got to think from your goal. That's how you become a vibrational match for what you want. Remember what Einstein said, and Einstein was a smart man. He said, everything in this universe is energy, and that's all there is to it. If you match the frequency of the reality that you want, then you cannot help but get that reality. Rob, you'll remember, I've got a great client, and she's actually, well, she's not from Dubai, she's from Tanzania in Africa. She's called Narina. And she came through Thinking Into Results for 6 months with me, and we took her through the process. And she made the jump to move with her daughter Amelia to Dubai, and she attracted a sales job that was higher paying plus commission, and she got that good. Her results were that incredible that she's coming through Thinking Into Results for another 6 months with me. And we was on a client Q&A the other day. Oh, it was the other week, right? And she goes, her next goal is £10,000 a month. She's earning $6,500 a month. She wants to earn $10,000 a month. And she goes, I just keep asking myself, what do I need to do to get to $10,000 a month? I said, well, what you've got to do is you've got to stop asking yourself that, because you're thinking to the goal. If you're having mental conversations, Rachel, of what do I need to do to get to 20 to 30,000 a month, that's not a vibrational match. You've got to have conversations like it's already done. So the Rachel that makes 20 to 30,000 a month, how would she think? She'd be like, wow, I feel so good that I'm making 20 to 30,000 pound a month. Thank you so much. That puts you on the same frequency as it. Okay. So if you, and this goes for everyone, if you was actually making 25,000 pound a month, like when you go on holiday, where would you stay? Where would you stay? What kind of environments would you place yourself in? Who would be in your proximity? You know, with the average of the people that we spend time with and the books that we read, like who would be in your proximity? Would you get mentorship? You would. That's exactly what you do. I'm top 1% of Bob's consultants, and I have a mentor, and she has a mentor, and her mentor's probably got a mentor because it's the cheat code to success. I literally chose to live this. You know, when I tell people you've got to take a risk, you've got to make fast decisions, I'm not saying it from a person that doesn't do it. I do everything that I suggest people do every single time. I think that's what a great leader does. And like I said, right now, I'm in the Pearl Suite in the Waldorf Astoria in Dubai. And I'm not saying that to flex or impress you guys at all. The reason why I've done this is to lock into the emotional signature, the me that already earns 100K a month. I'm letting the universe know this is my new normal now. This is who I am. This is what I deserve. So you don't need the money first. You need the vibration of wealth now. Even if you've got no money, you can still feel wealthy now. We've all got family members that we don't see. I see my children 3 times a week, sometimes 4, sometimes 2. I can still be in Dubai right now and feel love for them. They don't have to be in my presence. And you can do the same with wealth. And what did Neville Goddard say? He said, all that you behold, in other words, your results, is nothing more than your inner speech made visible. So if your inner voice is still saying, what if this doesn't work? How do I get clients? I never say, how do I get clients? I already have clients and they flow to me on a continuous basis. This month's been slow again. Then you're speaking from lack, and lack only recreates itself. So what you've got to do is you've got to shift your inner speech to match the fulfilled desire. We'll go into Neville's book a bit as well. It's very good. There's a chapter in here called The Coin of Heaven. It's very good. It says your inner speech is perpetually written all around you in happenings. Learn to relate these happenings to your inner speech and you will become self-taught. By inner speech is meant those mental conversations which you carry on with yourself. Inner speech from the premises of fulfilled desire is the way to create an intelligible world for yourself. Now observe your inner speech, for it is the cause of future action. Make your inner speech match your fulfilled desire, for your inner speech is manifested all around you in happenings. Wow. The whole manifested world goes to show us what we have made use of our inner speech. An uncritical observation of our inner talking will reveal to us the ideas from which we view the world. Inner talking mirrors our imagination, and our imagination mirrors the state with which it is fused. If the state with which we are fused is the cause of the phenomenon of our life, then we are relieved of the burden of wondering what to do. For we have no alternative but to identify ourselves with our goal. And inasmuch as the state with which we are identified mirrors itself in our inner speech, then to change the state with which we are fused, we must first change our inner talking. It is our inner conversation which makes tomorrow's facts. You know, I want you going around with a cheerleader in your mind. Like, you got to be your best friend. Not an inner critic that's always putting you down. You can't do it. I can't do it. No. You've got to shift your inner speech to match your fulfilled desire. Man attracts what he is. The art of life is to sustain the feeling of the wish fulfilled and let things come to you. That's what happens. Everything just comes to me. Magic. You're not to go after them or think that they flee away. Now observe your inner talking and remember your goal. Do they match? Does your inner talking match what you would say out loud if you'd already achieved your goal? Because your inner speech and actions attract the conditions of your life. Through uncritical self observation of your inner talking, you're going to find where you are in your inner world. And where you are in your inner world is what you are in your outer world. What did I say before? As within, so without. The right inner talking is the inner talking that would be yours if you was to already have your goal. In other words, it is the speech of fulfilled desire. Like really think about that for a minute. Think about your goal and then think about your inner talking that no one else hears. Like, are they matching? Is your inner talking matching what you would say out loud to me on this Zoom if you'd already achieved your goal? It's got to, otherwise it's not going to manifest. Okay? It's very important you understand that. This is what we go into in thinking into results. We go into your reasoning faculty. Reason gives you the ability to think. And you've got 6 higher faculties. And that's lesson 5. You got intuition, imagination, perception, will, memory. Do you know how to change those? Because when you change them, your imagination creates everything. So I believe that your inner talking should be clients love paying me. You know, when I get on calls with people, they're pre-sold already. I love to talk and I get really excited, as you can tell. And I'll be on the call, Rob, do you remember you? Like, I had a call with Rob, like, what, 3 months ago? And Rob was part of studying Napoleon Hill Institute. And I was speaking to him, and he was literally speaking to me. He was holding his wallet up. I'm sure it was a Louis Vuitton wallet. And he's like, Joel, I am ready. And I was just talking like, people just come to me and they're in because that's all I think about. I attract people who are serious, committed, already know about the laws of the universe, not getting the results that they want. They know they want to work with me. They make fast decisions and they come ready. That's all I think about. Okay. So why don't you change your inner talking to clients who love paying me? Opportunities flow to me on a daily basis. I always win. You know, my girlfriend probably gets sick of me because I just walk around like sometimes I get out of the shower and I'll be speaking to myself. All I do, Joel, all you do is win because all you think about is winning. You're the best because all you think about is being the best. You're surrounded by this opulence because all you think about is opulence. So what did you expect to have? You got to speak from the end. You got to think from the end. The end is having more clients than you can deal with. Then you got to think like that. Wow, I've got more clients than I can handle. I need to build a team now. That's thinking from the end. That's powerful, right? Your vibration is going to collapse time as well. Most people think they've got to go from 3K to 4 to 5. No, you don't. You go from 3K to 30K in a month. I'm telling you, you can because I've done it. Time's an illusion. You don't need more time to scale. What you need is a new vibration. Okay? Think about a television. Channel 3, you don't have to go to channel 4 to channel 5 to channel 6 to channel 7 to channel 8 to channel 9 to channel 10. You just type in 10 and ping, you're on a new frequency. How about we do that for you? That's beautiful. But quantum leaps don't happen through logic. They happen through aligning, through changing your paradigm, your subconscious programming. And that's done for a process. So let me ask you this, if success didn't take time and only alignment, then what would you change today? You guys enjoying this? I'm fired up. Give me a yeah in the chat if you're enjoying this. I'm fired up. I love what I do. Just don't feel like work. The way I talk to myself, my income paradigm. Beautiful. When your paradigm changes, everything changes. Okay. And let's go a little bit into, oops, let me get the chat open. There we go. Yeah, let's go a bit into forcing versus attracting. Have you ever tried forcing a relationship before? I have. It don't work. Force negates. You ever try forcing the client to pay? Like you just keep talking to them and they never pay. Right? Because force negates. We're not talking about forcing. We want to attract. Live in a luxury apartment in Dubai, working for PCs. Oh, I like that one. I can help you do that. That's not a problem. Right? So when you're forcing, you're controlling. You're trying to control the outcome. And you're doubting. And what you're really doing is you're leaking energy. But when you're attracting, you're certain, you're relaxed, and you're magnetic. I'm so calm. I'm so relaxed. I know what my future is. When you feel like you already have it, you already have the clients, you already make 100K a month, or whatever your goal is. My personal goal, I don't mind sharing with you, my next goal is 100K a month and to have a villa on the Palm in Dubai. Once you feel like you already have it, you're not in a rush for it anymore because you're not really after the money. You're after the feeling that comes with the money. And because we're God's highest form of creation, we can feel that right now. How incredible is that? Like, and clients feel your energy more than your strategy. I'll be honest, I come on here, I don't even have no strategy. I have a few notes, a few things that I want to talk about, and I just go. I ain't got no strategy like say this at the 10-minute mark, say this at the 30-minute mark. Sometimes I don't even know what I'm doing. I just like to come on here and you feel my energy. That's what I do. You feel my energy more than my strategy. And I just show up as a 100K a month and attract the right people that want to, go to that next step and come through thinking into results with me. It's just the way it works. And if you are on sales calls and stuff, remember that clients are not, they don't give a toss about your pitch. They're drawn to your energy. They're buying your energy. Like if your energy is, I just want your money, you could say, I really want to help you. All I care about is helping you. They'll feel your energy. They'll feel if you really have love for them and you really want to help them, they'll feel it. It's it's undeniable. Like think of a time when you was forcing your results. What happened? Have you ever done it on a sales call? That person didn't buy. They definitely didn't buy. They was waiting to get off the call. Now think of a time when it all flowed. Like what was your internal state? You want to see my sales calls. I don't even call them sales calls. I just have conversations with people. We're laughing, we're having a joke. I Emerald, a great lady yesterday, and she was on one of these master classes, the last one that I did, and so was Mardia as well. But this lady's called Ish. She's 70 years old. I was like, you're amazing. And we was like laughing on the call. We was nearly crying together. It's like such a spiritual process, but people feel your energy. That's what people are drawn to. So when you think about when everything's flowing, what's your internal state? It's calm. It's at ease, you know? That's when your manifesting powers are there, when you're calm, when you're relaxed and you're expecting great things to happen. Okay? But most people hope and wish. And this is what Napoleon Hill spoke about, right? But wishing energy never manifests. It never manifests. The law of attraction responds to the feeling of it already being done. That's what pulls it in. When you feel like you've already got clients, when you feel like you've got great clients. You know, when I first became a consultant with Bob, I would have worked with anyone. Now I don't just work with anyone. I've had some clients that were headaches because I just wanted anyone. Now, no. I always attract great clients that are fun to work with and they're coachable. They do what I tell them to do and they get the results and they win in a massive way. So think about your money goal, right? Like if your money goal, oops, pardon me, if your money goal was already guaranteed, like how would you speak? How would you show up? How would you sell? Like, would you still be hesitating? Or would you be reaching out to people? I can help you. Let's hop on a call. Or would you be you wouldn't be hesitating, right? How would you speak? How would you dress? All of these things are important. She's self-image. I put loads of Bob into my self-image. The reason I dress like this is because of Bob. You know, Bob said something once and it stuck with me. He said, if you want to, he said, when you walk in a building, you want to look like you own the building. He said, when you walk in a building, you want to look like you own the building. How crazy is that? I was like, everywhere I go now, I look like I own the building. Sometimes I get on flights, people come and ask me questions. I say, love, I'm not the pilot. How funny is that? I love Bob. Changed my life, right? Now, before all of this, I'm just so vulnerable with stuff because I love putting it out there to make you understand that I'm no different. I was making £15,000 a year. I was doing modeling. I hated it. I felt stuck. I felt flipping invisible. But when I discovered Bob Proctor's work, not when I discovered Bob Proctor's work, when I got mentorship, everything changed for me. When I had that one call with Cam and made that committed decision, from then on, my life has just exploded, right? I invested in the program. I reprogrammed my subconscious mind. I built an online fitness company. I started making 18K a month. I took my family to Dubai and then I just made a decision to become a consultant. And everyone was like, you're crazy. The online fitness company's making 18K a month. And I said, the online fitness company is not making 18K a month. I said, it's my vibration that's making 18K a month. And the people that don't understand this materially thought I was crazy. It was like, what do you mean by your vibration? I was like, trust me. And then 5 months when I made the online fitness company 18K a month, became a consultant, scaled to 35K a month. And now I've made the decision that I'm stepping into 100K months with ease and freedom and traveling and enjoying myself. I'm working 2 to 3 hours a day. I'm living in luxury and I'm doing it all by living in the vibration of the result and not chasing it. My success didn't happen when I did more, guys. It just happened when I aligned more. That's it. Think about this. It tells us whether we believe in God or we believe in theory, you know, science and theology, it tells us that like nothing was created or destroyed. Like everything already is available to us right now. Everything you want is already available, but it requires you to become the version of yourself who can hold it. Like I've attracted an incredible woman into my life. You know, we've probably been together for about 5 months and she's incredible. And she's everything that I ever wanted within a woman. And it's funny because we dated when we was like 13. How crazy is that? We went our separate ways. I had two children, got into a different relationship. And I used to think when me and my ex-partner split up, I used to really think about the woman that I wanted. But I didn't really think about the woman that I wanted. I thought about the man that I have to become to be able to attract a woman like that. And I became that person. I became respectful. I became focused. I became disciplined. I became charismatic. All of these things so I could attract a woman like her. That's just so cool. So when I think about her, I'm like, actually, I attracted that. The law of attraction decrees that we attract everything, right? A few years ago, you know, 5 years ago, when I was smoking cannabis, when I got sectioned, when my priorities were all over the place, I probably couldn't have attracted a girl like her. I had to become the version of me that could hold it. You've got to become the version of you that can hold 50K months, 100K months. And it's easy to do. Money is really easy to earn. It's so easy. When I first got into this material, I just wanted money. I thought if I have enough money, like all my problems will go away, right? And then you realize, like, when the money comes, you still got problems. Money don't make your problems go away. The only thing that money can do is two things. It makes you more comfortable, for sure, definitely. Can't make you happy. Happiness is a state of mind. Two things. It can make you more comfortable and it can extend the good that you do beyond your own presence. I can give to charity now. I can give money to my children's mum so the rent's covered, they've got food. I can give money to my mum. I can go on these holidays. I can look after people. I look after and provide for so many people. And that's all because of money. So you've got to shift from the belief that money is evil to, well, to the belief that money is wonderful. Money is incredible. And be grateful for what money's already doing in your life. That's one thing that's really helped me. If you really want to manifest money, you start being grateful for the money that you've already got. It's a game changer. If you woke up in a house this morning, you should be thankful. If you got a pillow to sleep on, you should be thankful. If you got water to drink, you should be thankful. I went to the gym this morning. I'm thankful I've got legs. I'm thankful I've got eyes. I'm thankful that I'm in the position to be able to spend this, 60, 90 minutes with you guys. I'm thankful for you guys. And you feel that love from me on a subconscious level. Start being thankful for everything that's in your life, the good, the bad, the ugly, everything. It's all happening for you, not to you. That's really important to understand, okay? Now, you guys enjoyed this? Let me know. Give me a yes in the chat. I enjoyed it. So I know you must have enjoyed it. Beautiful. I love it, right? Okay. Now, let's get to the nitty gritty, right? Because if we're honest, this masterclass is the awakening. That's what it is for you guys. But now it's time for the integration, right? You don't need more free content, guys. I'm telling you, you don't need more free content, YouTube videos, ChatGPT, books. You don't need it. What you need is repetition, mentorship, accountability, and the right environment. That's what you need. And this is why mentorship is so important to your success. That's why I have a mentor. I just paid £25,000 for a 6-month mentorship. I don't play when it comes to this. I don't play. Because it's not just the information and knowledge. Yes, you can find that on YouTube. Yes, you can register for every one of my masterclasses and find it on here. Information and knowledge, you can do that. You can ask ChatGPT for a morning routine, for an affirmation, whatever. But that's not going to change your results. It's the accountability, it's the guidance, and it's the implementation that's going to get you that financial freedom, that's going to get you that time freedom, and that's going to get you that location freedom as well. And that's what happened when I first, well, not Bob personally, but Bob's team, they pretty much made it clear to me when I was stuck. They wanted me to see myself from their level of awareness if I was ever going to change anything. They said it's going to be impossible for me to change my results from my level of awareness. Like, I want you to think of you having glasses on right now. And everything I'm saying to you, you are listening and seeing it through the lens of what you're currently earning. So let's say you go and buy The Power of Awareness by Neville Goddard and you're making £3,000 a month. You're reading it with £3,000 a month goggles on. I'm reading it with £35,000 a month goggles on, and my mentor's reading it through 6 figures a month goggles on. So when you come on to thinking into results and you're studying that from my level of awareness, that's why it's a cheat code. I was saying this yesterday to Ish. You probably can become a ballerina on your own. You probably can. Well, of course you can. But if you go to the best ballerina in your city and you say, teach me, how much faster are you going to get there? Way faster. In half the amount of time, right? Now, obviously, I'm on vacation. I'm in Dubai, but I really want to support you guys. Okay. So I'd love to invite you to a one-to-one call with me, and I will show you exactly how to get from where you are to where you want to be to those 5-figure months. And I'll show you how to do it with hardly working. Okay. But if you're interested or you're like, whatever, then this call with me is not for you. And also, if you want gradual progress, go and look for someone else because I don't really believe in gradual progress. I'm talking about a massive quantum leap that's illogical to your conscious mind. But if you are really serious and committed, then book that call with me. Okay? It's a first come, first serve basis, but I'd love to support you. I just posted the link. It's going to take you 60 seconds. Put done in the chat. Okay. Now, of course, I can, Belinda. My mentorship, I was trained by Bob Proctor. I had to become a certified consultant, and I went through a program called Thinking into Results. And within 5.5 months, this program turned my yearly income into a monthly income. So I thought I've got to teach people this. So I went through my training and I was taught on how to facilitate thinking into results for 6 months and help you implement it. Rob's on here. Rob's currently halfway through. Rob, I'll tell you about it. It's an absolute game changer. Rob, we've never done this before, my man, but I've just had an intuition. You want to unmute? I'd love them to get an unbiased opinion, because obviously I'm gonna say thinking into results is a game changer, but I do take people through it. So if you're free, I'd love to get your honest opinion and tell the guys what you think of the process and also my mentorship as well. If you're free, you might be at work though. Just let me know in the chats. Oh, I must unmute you? Yeah, let's go. Go on, Rob.
All right, what up, Joe? Hey, yeah, I am at work, man, and I can't be seen on camera talking a lot, so I'll keep it short, brief, and quick. Hope you're enjoying your time over in Dubai, my guy. It's an inspiration, my guy. It's an inspiration. I can't see how you're doing it with the full shirt on and the tie, but you getting it done. You're getting it done. But yeah, to answer the question, yeah, all jokes aside, Joel is coming with the heat. He knows what he's talking about. The results that I've gotten and continue to get, it's breathtaking. Um, it's like I don't want to be like mysterious or vague, whatnot, by giving elusive answers because everybody's goal is different. Your vision of success is different from my vision of success. So, but Joel has the knowledge to get you to that point. Um, let's see, if I was starting over, um, just from the beginning, I wouldn't have hesitated as long. So yeah, if you this is the opportunity. And I'm not a paid spokesperson, but this is a great opportunity to get on board with the team. Tomorrow, actually, I'm hosting my very own mastermind.
Yes, you
So
are.
so yeah, I mean, come on, man. I mean, stop playing yourself, stop selling yourself short. Invest in yourself. All right,
Well,
that's all I got. Go ahead, Joel.
let me ask you this, Rob. Like, what made you join Thinking into Results? Because I know you came to one of these master classes, and I remember you had your camera on and you was really engaging. Like,
Yeah.
what made you essentially, make a decision to actually go through Thinking into Results with me?
Um, well, it's like I'm just hearing Bob all over again. That's why I really like listening to you, because even though Bob has passed, and like
Mm.
right now I've got an alarm going off asking me how do I feel if I had everything I wanted right now. This is just going off on
Great.
my phone. This is what I have set daily. And I'll take 1 minute and I'll just go into silence of what it's like to be living where I'm living. I mean, regardless of what my physical body is at right now.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, yeah, because when I listened to you, Joel, you sounded just like Bob Proctor, and it's like, man, I really wish I could have worked with Bob. I really wish I could have worked with Bob. And
Mhm.
when I tried, I didn't have the funds, or I didn't believe I had the funds, so I
Yeah.
passed on it. So don't pass, because if you pass, you'll be in the same spot 5 years from now, trying
But
to
what
trying
was
to do it on
but,
your own.
but, but what was missing for you that Thinking into Results has give
Oh, that's
you?
easy. Okay, it's mentorship. That's exactly what it is. It's mentorship.
Yeah. But what
What's your question?
I don't know what my question is actually. I'm just trying to give the people a better insight. Like, okay, so what
I
what's your
mean,
best
because
what's your best what's your best part of my mentorship?
um, you've got me to move. Like, so
Mm-hmm.
implementation. It's not like because it's like I've got all the information. I've got it all. I just need to know how to move properly from that actual aligned version of me that's
Yeah.
making my goal.
Beautiful. I love it, my man. Make
It's
sure
all
you stay.
good. It's all
Okay.
good. It's all good. All right, man.
Thank
I'm
you.
a dip.
Yeah, take care. Thank you so much. So yeah, guys, like I said, I'm in Dubai. I'm enjoying myself, so I'm only opening up a few slots on my calendar. But I would really love to support you. Okay, so it's going to be a first come first serve basis. I believe I put the link. Yeah, I put it again. Take you 60 seconds to book a call and come to the call open and ready to make a shift. I'm telling you, that call that I booked with Bob's team about 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, it changed my life. And I get emotional thinking about it because if I didn't do that and I was scared doing it, I didn't know how I had the resources, I didn't know how I was going to do it. I just knew I wanted to do it. If I didn't get on that call, I'd still be modeling, didn't enjoy it. My ex-partner would probably be still paying the rent. Me and my ex-partner would probably still be together when we know that we shouldn't be for the sake of the kids. I wouldn't be making money. I wouldn't be doing what I love. All of that. That all came from one decision. And the only prerequisite to making a decision is not do I have the time? Do I have the money? The only prerequisite to making a decision is do I want to do it? But anything that we put after but is a circumstance. If you keep letting your circumstances dictate how you make decisions, we're not going to get you very far. The only prerequisite to making a decision is do I want to book that call with Joel? That's it. If the answer is yeah, book that call and I'll see you on the call. And my heart is full of joy because you probably know by listening to me, I love what I do. Probably do my girlfriend's head in sometimes because I don't stop speaking about it but I love what I do. I'm so grateful that you guys spent some time with me. For some reason I attracted you guys and you attracted me. So thank you so much for your time. I'm also going to send you an email with the recording. And yeah, I've not really got much to say, but just thank you. Thank you for attending. You could have been watching Netflix, you could have been out partying, but you decided to come here and invest in yourself. And this is the first step. But what we've really done today is we've just took a tiny look through the keyhole. You bought that call with me. I'm going to show you exactly what to do. Okay. I'll send you the recording shortly, guys. Have a fantastic day. Bye bye.